States. The culture in the United States of America when it comes to elections has been one of party A versus party B, or one party against the other. The election process politically, irrespective, the Republicans end up with their candidate and the Democrats end up with their candidate. But when those two are fighting it out, it's about electing the best candidate, not electing the candidate that belongs to your party. At that point, bipartisan should kick in. Rationality should kick in. This current election, this year, I just want to reassure some of my peers who might be worried, Bose and ABC and all of that. This is hype, right? This is hype. When in 2016 it becomes more grueling, when policies start to come to the front, when international relations start coming to the front, that is when the candidates will be tested and the best man or woman will win, not based on their party, but based on their capacity and track record. At the moment, there is a lot of hype, right? Because people are frustrated, right? And the chaos theory that I wrote down, I have it in one of my notepads, which is seeing through chaos. I borrowed some of it, but most of it I edited based on my own understanding. This is seeing through chaos, and basically it is seeing someone shooting themselves in the foot enough that when they when the time comes and their trail is analyzed, these things will come back to haunt them. So if anything, this is the time for calm, right? And I'll tell you now, in my personal opinion, with this video, I wanted to bash at a certain Republican candidate, but I won't. It's beneath me. He ripped off a lot of stuff that we did, when when the president was doing elections. Literally ripped it off. He's not original. He's been counting on support based on the mere fact that he should be supported because he has an ego. I won't get into that. It's petty. And the best thing to do is to ignore petty politics and look at the things that matter. In America, Latinos and blacks, who are both actually considered black, are the most incarcerated. Most of them for crimes, that shouldn't actually lead them to spend so much time in prison. Because basically they are manipulated, they are used. Their desperation to get somewhere to feed their families is used against them by gangs. And if you report this to the police, you're snitching. So the trust between police and citizens, Latino and black, is not there because of the legacy of the police in America. And right now, I mean, there was a little girl, what, 13, who was knocked down by some cowardly police officer as if she was a threat. If I was there, I would have knocked him out. That's, everybody knows me. That's me. I would have knocked him out for abusing a minor. That's how serious we should take these things. That the culture of mistrust needs to be amended. Light sentences without going after the source. The middlemen are the ones that end up getting incarcerated, while in prison, the ones that are there for less severe crimes are mixed with hardened criminals, who in turn them into hardened criminals. So that's a start. Segregating the peaceful prisoners based on their profile from the animals, because they are bad people. We all know that. This is a step to reforming, right? To reforming the system. For example, people that have lighter sentences getting more benefits. Basically, them being rehabilitated, which is what the prisons are supposed to be for. This is how you start to earn the trust of the citizens. Monitoring these prison wards, most of them are miserable and they hate their jobs. It's time to put cameras where they operate. And if they abuse prisoners, they will end up in prison as well. That's just because you have lawful criminals that aren't getting punished. So the gang wars, which I call civil wars, right? The African American and the Latino communities have been crying. They have been crying out for this to be fixed, for their neighborhoods to be safe. No more shootouts. No more kids getting shot on the corner because the only thing that they have known when they were raised was violence. America has enough money to put up community centers where leaderships and skills are taught. And in fact, the schools can do that. It can become a part of the school's curriculum to instill good virtues in the students so that they can see wrong from good. That's where it starts, before it's too late, right? Because everybody can make a mistake, but some people have the resources to get out of trouble. So these are one of the things that will be looked at, right? And it's not bias or thinking that somehow the Latino and African community are playing the race card or they want pity. No, it's time for them to be recognized as fellow Americans. Now, as a American citizens who loves your country, how can you watch your fellow countrymen suffer? because that's what's happening. How do you sleep at night? And how can you say, no, they're just bad people, they're criminals, that's the way they are? There's no compassion, there's no empathy. And that kind of dialogue needs to be pushed. Right? So, code. After the tenure, I'm sure we are going to work on a lot of great initiatives to turn things around, things that are not politicized. I got the message, and yeah, I mean, and thank you for acknowledging some black kid in Africa with a weird name who speaks in an American accent. Thank you. And I salute you and greetings to the family. I know what's going on at the moment. I know. I got the messages. The pressure is on, and yeah, I'll go with it and I'll help. But at the end of the day, I need your word that we will definitely keep on trying to make the lives of the less fortunate better. The people in rural America who don't have campaigns, or campaigns where people look at how they are living and how their lives are being affected by global warming. The work is not done. This is a global initiative, right? And it has shocked many, and they are opportunists, right? I see the opportunist. We all see the opportunist. But you went out on a limb. I mean, you sang, for crying out loud. So yeah, we'll get them, and we'll fix it.